Look at me sitting in my light pose, or my L pose. Okay, everybody, we got slop alert. Slop time, everybody. I hope you like slop. I'm gonna have some gameplay in the background because I know you guys can't sit still for 5 fucking seconds. But slop alert. Hope you guys have your prickly spoons ready because you're gonna be eating out of the pig pen pretty good today. We got some pretty crazy news with Mr. Dr. Disrespect. I'm sorry if you can hear some rain. It's raining pretty hard outside. But is Dr. Disrespect innocent? Is the question we have today. What's next? You're gonna tell me he's not a real doctor? With jokes out of the way, today's issue, or I guess yesterday's issue, is pretty crazy. I was bored. I was streaming last night, so I didn't get to make this video. But I'm gonna go in order. Luckily, thanks to Asmongold's goated editors, we have a 6-minute video. 6-minute video. It was 50 minutes or 60 minutes, something like that, and they cut it down to just all of the main points in 6 minutes. You guys are the goats, you guys know them, but let's start from the top. The court case was settled, concluding there to be no evidence of sexting a minor. Both sides were forced to not talk about the situation, unless one other side had talked about the situation, and that is kind of what happened. We had somebody named Cody Connors, who was an ex-Twitch employee, who supposedly hadn't even worked on the case, who was going to show evidence of Dr. Disrespect messaging a minor. Obviously, this guy didn't actually have the things, he just wanted to promote his band that nobody gives a fuck about.
However, if one side violated that confidentiality,
then you can
and
say
the other
his
side could respond. I respected all the confidential obligations. But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors,
by name,
ex-Twitch employee,
by name,
wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this?
And then we have the issue of, is Dr. Disrespect a pedophile? Now, obviously, I'm going to censor that, but let's get into the next things. We're also finding out that the minor that Doc had messaged was over the age of consent. And a lot of places it's 16 in America, and a lot of places it's 17 in America. So we don't really know how old, but a lot of people are assuming that they're 16 just because he would tell that they were 17. And before this, a lot of us thought, I didn't really give a shit, but a lot of people thought the person was under 16, but they're not. So they're over the age of consent. But that's still weird. Doc was in his 30s. This person was a minor. It's still extremely weird. Anyways, we'll save the non-slop, the opinions, gross, for the end. Let's continue on. We're also finding out that he never even made plans to meet up with this person. He never did. It's supposedly, he never made plans to meet up with the minor. He never met the minor. He never sent any pictures with the minor. There was no with the minor. This is what we are being told, and the way he says this thing is Cody Connors starts to make up lies. Other Twitch employees who had worked on the case then again start to make lies, and a lot of people are like, well, why would they make up lies? Well, obviously Twitch employees are very liberal. And Dr. Disrespect's not a liberal guy. They hate him because they don't like his politics. That's as clear as day. But so they're making up these lies about Dr. Disrespect, and pretty much they go to court over it because what had happened is Twitch internally had checked the case. So his ex-Twitch partner manager had messaged this minor, I assume, and the minor had said, "Hey, this was not sexting. I don't need you guys to go any further. This isn't something that needs to be done." Whether or not his ex-Twitch partner manager didn't like him or not, he decided to go and call up one of his friends at the Twitch's law enforcement party system. They have some sort of law enforcement team, and he sends this guy all the information. The guy sends the director, who's on vacation, who doesn't have access to his computer, he sends him cherry-picked screenshots to make Dr. Disrespect look bad, and that is what kind of ends up, within an hour, Doc getting banned from these messages being sent. Which I'm just gonna say that Dr. Disrespect, you have a very good chance. If this is all true, it's all true, you can go for this defamation charge. It would be crazy. It would prove your innocence. It would prove that you weren't texting a minor and that these were all just taken out of proportion, taken out of context. I'm not saying he needs to go and do this because it is very hard to do this. He has the money. He doesn't need money. So he's not going to do it for the money. The people already believe him. There's a ton of people. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who believe Doc. He doesn't need it for the faith. It would just be for the principle of saying, hey, the courts deemed it okay. Twitch deemed it okay, and you guys still went after me because you didn't like me. He then goes ahead, and I don't have this written down, so I'm not going to go in. He then goes ahead and talks about the other Twitch people who have done similar messed up things. Like, one person was supposedly saying the N-word a bunch of times, and he was called in and talked to about it. One person supposedly had, like, animal shit going on and, like, fucking pedophilia shit. Insane stuff. I'm not going to go into that because, one, there's no proof of that at all. So I'm not going to go into that. Let's just end it with, we don't know Dr. Disrespect's a pedophile, okay? We don't know. And I just kind of want to go into my opinion. So if you're done with the slop, this is the end of the slop. End of the slop, everybody. Slop over. We can calm down. Now we're going to get into my opinions. Do I think Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile? The answer is, I don't know. I don't know if Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile. The courts deemed it that he wasn't a pedophile, and Twitch themselves deemed that he was not a pedophile. So do I think he's a pedophile for that? No. So there's people that looked into this, they've seen the messages, they know the context, and they deemed him not guilty. Do I think this is going to affect Dr. Disrespect's career? No, I don't think it will. Really, like, let's be honest. Dr. Disrespect had 200,000 people watching his last live stream, and I'm not going to say every single one of those people are going to keep watching his content, but I will go ahead and say that the fact that he got that many people watching his content just shows that, well, the next time going on, and here's the like to dislike ratio. I don't have it with me right now, but I'll put a screenshot up. Last time I checked, he had like over 150,000 likes and like 20,000 dislikes. So it's obvious that people are mainly on his side rather than saying, well, maybe he's a pedophile. I'm not too sure though, so I'm not going to get into that. But let's end it with this, guys. Stop talking to minors in inappropriate ways. That's, like, so obviously sexual. Like, I can get, like, you can make inappropriate jokes with kids. I don't fucking care. Like, I'm 20. If a 17-year-old and I were talking, like, dude, and we're making jokes, and there's someone inappropriate, I don't think that should make you a pedophile. But if you are talking sexually to a 16, 17-year-old, and it's obvious that there is some sexual tension going on, like, you're like, I bet you're really sexy, and stuff like that. That's weird. You know, you make, like, a fucking offensive joke, and that's one thing, but you start talking about, like, appearances. Supposedly, there was no pictures sent from Dr. Disrespect and this minor, so he probably doesn't even know what she looks like, unless he saw a public picture of her, but there was no private messages sent with each other. So I'm not too sure on any of that, but that's enough slop for today. If you guys enjoyed watching my slop, if you're team Dr. Disrespect, I want you to go into that comment section and I want you to go crazy. I want you to say Dr. Disrespect he did not have sexual relationships with that woman. I want you to say that. And if you're team I hate Dr. Disrespect and I'm a hardcore liberal communist brethren, I want you to go into that comment section and I want you to go mentally unstable on those people. I want you to say some fucked up shit. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch with joy because it's based. Anyways, that's all my slop for today. I hope you guys had a feast or whatever. And again, thank you for watching.